Hi, very good evening to all. My name is Bhavana and our subject is foreign trade. This is for the Bcom first years in first semester for general students. Up to now we discussed what are the advantages of the foreign trade. I hope you understand the lecture. If you have any doubt, you can text me. Now we are continuing our lecture. What are the disadvantages of the foreign trade? Let's see here. What are the disadvantages of the foreign trade? Exhaustion of natural resources. Exhaustion means our natural resources will come to an end. We are using complete natural resources. The further generations may not be useful for this natural resources. So it is also one of the disadvantage. While using our natural resources, we produced more goods. For example, in India, we are very plenty of natural resources. So we can produce our agriculture products. We can export that. But in further generations, they are unable to use our natural resources. So we can say it is also one of the disadvantage. Let's see here. Exhaustion of the natural resources. A country engages in continuous exporting on a large scale. Its valuable resources like minerals, iron ores, raw materials may be exhausted. Like we are producing more goods and we are exporting the goods to other countries. Further, the precious natural resources like minerals, iron ores, raw materials may be exhausted. It gets disappear. So may the further generations may not be useful. So you can say it is also one of the disadvantages. And they are non-renewable resources. They cannot be renewed. Once it comes to an end, we are unable to find these resources. So we can say it is also one of the disadvantages. Therefore, the further generation suffers with lack of resources. We are exporting the goods from other countries because of increasing our economic revenue, but the further generations may face the lack of resources problems. So it is also one of the disadvantage. Next, over dependence means self-sufficiency and self-reliance are the two important factors for a stable economy. We know that for a stable economy, self-sufficiency, self-reliance. Self-sufficiency means these goods are sufficient for us, and self-reliance means yes, we are reliable for our products. But these two are main factors in our stable of economy. Economic stable means we are not facing any losses. So we can say it is a stable economy, means it is an equilibrium. Our products is enough, but foreign trade discourages self-sufficiency and self-reliance as encourages countries to be independent. Means everyone want to be an independent, but this foreign trade encourages to be interdependent because you are depending of other countries. In our country, we are producing mobiles, but we are taking other country mobiles because means we are depending for other countries. So it destroys our self-reliance and self-efficiency. Let's see here. The depending on developed countries for economic development by underdeveloped countries often leads to economic exploitation because the developed countries only produce the goods with a cheap cost. For these goods, we are purchasing that type of goods, so our economy will going to developed countries. Our developing countries will become very low. So the goods are produced in our country may not be able to purchase because of high prices. We are going for a low prices which are produced by developed countries at very low prices. For this, the developed countries are become developing, the developing countries are become underdeveloped only. This is also one of the reason. It is one of the disadvantages. Why it is a disadvantage means over dependence. We are depending from other countries. Those who are developed countries, they produce the goods at very cheaper rate. For these goods we are purchasing, so we can increasing our imports and decreasing our exports. For this, our revenue going to the other countries. So the developed countries will become developed and our developing countries will become developing countries only. So we can say it is one of the disadvantage. And dumping of the products. Dumping involves companies in developed countries sells their products at very low prices. Dumping means the goods is not the good, we have the sufficient goods, but because of low prices we are importing more goods. Because of low prices we importing more goods in other developing countries in order to capture the market and destroy the competition. Suppose taking an example of India. In India we have plenty of agriculture products. For that also we are importing some agriculture products because of the low cost. So we have to dump, it means unuseful of goods also we are importing. For this also our economy get destroyed. For these importing goods they are giving at cheaper prices, but those goods which are produced in our country at a high cost. So people are consuming the cheaper products only because of their quality products. So it destroys our complete competition. Therefore, dumping activities of developed countries may hinder the growth and development of local industries in developing countries and underdeveloped countries. Like we take some products which are used by China. We are dumping the more products of China products with very reasonable, with very cheaper cost. But at the same product we are producing in our country, it becomes some much high cost when compared to these China products. But people are using these China products based on our product, so it destroys our market conditions. So it destroys our competition. Based off using local products, we are using foreign products. For this also, it is also one of the disadvantages of country's economy. Next, reduction in savings. Foreign trade provides with a range of products in its importing country. This leads to increasing consumption of people and reduce their saving. Suppose there are lack of availability of resources, more goods we are available which we want to purchase. So the people will attract for these products without savings their money they use for purchasing of the products. The good is not useful for us, but also we have money, so we have to purchase. By attracting us, we have to purchase. For this also it reduces our savings. The reduction in savings result in slower rate of capital formation and many adverse effect of growth and development of the country. Suppose we are earning 10,000, but we are in the past we used 2,000 as per saving, but now the foreign trade is allowing, means so many goods we are importing, we are attracting for those goods, so we have to purchase without any use of the goods. For that goods there is a distraction of capital and also the growth of the economy. It destroys our capital formation and also growth. So it is also one of the disadvantages. Next, leads to environmental pollution. Foreign trade encourages large-scale production and utilization of valuable resources of a country for generating higher profit. The increased manufacturing processes and reduction in national resources lead to environmental production. Because already we discussed it, we can say it is advantages and it is also disadvantages. Large scale of production. So we are based on our demand of the product, we are producing our goods in bulk quantities. For this production we use our natural resources. By natural resources using in manufacturing industry, they produce a lot of pollution like soil pollution. They are releasing some chemicals, so for these chemicals our rivers get destroyed, so water pollution, so noise pollution also. For these because of huge production, we increasing our pollution, so it is also one of the disadvantages. Let's see here. Foreign trade encourages large scale production. The foreign trade encourages large scale production and utilization of valuable resources. For this production we are utilizing our natural resources of country for generating. Why we are utilizing our natural resources? While generating huge profit. We are for example in our country wants only 10,000 units, but we are producing 30,000 units because of these exports. For this 30,000 units we have to increase our natural resources. For this increasing our natural resources, we have to produce it in manufacturing industry only. The industry has released noise pollution and they want to release some chemicals. For this we get the water pollution also. For this there is an increase in pollution of foreign trade. And reduction in natural resources leads to environmental. While reducing our natural resources is also it's a environmental pollution. As a result of damaged environment, the society has to face many problems. For the resulting of damage of our environment, we are facing many problems like ill health, and people's standards of living is also affected. While producing huge chemicals, the local area people also get affected due to ill health, and also the standards of living, like our standards of living get decreased due to increasing the production and increasing the pollution. Our standards of living get decreased, so leads to environmental production. Foreign trade how leads to environmental production means, suppose our country wants only 10,000 units, but due to our demand of the product we are producing 30,000 units. For these 30,000 units we are utilizing our own natural resources. For these natural resources, our natural resources will get reduced. It is an environmental pollution. For that manufacturing of 30,000 units, we have to increase our noise pollution, and we have to increase the chemicals. So we are releasing the chemicals into water, then create a water pollution. For this also the local area people get ill health, and also they reduce the standard of living. So it is also one of the disadvantages of producing more goods. It leads to environmental pollution. Next, high cost of transport. In foreign trade, transport plays a vital role. Many a times foreign trade involves very long distances covering thousands of kilometers. While we want to export of goods or import of goods, we have to travel thousands of kilometers through railways, roadways or airways, whatever may be. So we have to transport thousands of kilometers. Long distance create another difficulty of proper and quick transport and communicate, both of which involve considerable delay as well as cost. Where in long distance there is a risk, means uncertainty, maybe in goods get damaged or it may be an accident, and there is no communication for that. So it creates more damages, and it also it involves cost risk also. The cost of transport is an important factor in foreign trade. While transporting the goods, we have to pay transport cost. The transport cost is very high. For this also our economy, we are importing more goods, means we are paying heavy transportation costs. So this is also one of the reason for reducing our Indian economy. So transportation cost plays a vital role in foreign trade due to uncertainty of risks or lack of kilometers. So we have to pay large amount of transportation cost. So we can say it is also one of the disadvantages. Next, difficulties in settlement of accords. Every country has its own money. Every country has its own money, weights and measures, and may also follow its own marketing methods. Every country has own methods for calculating what is gross domestic product, what is our net domestic product. So while this calculating, each country has their own measures. Those further create difficulties in settlement and account of dues in foreign trade. Suppose we are importing goods from USA, so we have to pay money to USA. Due to unavailable of money, we have to pay after 3 months. We have to pay after 3 months. We are paying because of unavailability of money. For this there is a dues. Other country also wants to pay to India, but there is a delay. For this delay, we are maintaining two types of accounts. The balance of payments, trade and payments. In balance of payments account, there is imbalance of exports and imports due to these dues. So for this also, the maintenance of the accounts is become difficult because of delay in payments. Due to delay in payments, in which date they have to pay, we don't know. So we have to wait for the payment. For this results also, there is a delay in payment. We are unable to balance the settlements. So it is also one of the disadvantages for maintaining settlements of accounts. And the clearance of foreign exchange is posing some more problems of foreign trade. So the clearance, we don't know when it clearance comes. With the one country pays within 1 month, or one country takes maybe more than 3 months or 4 months. So we have to wait. So this is the reason we can say it is a disadvantage. We are unable to balance the accounts. So maintaining the balance of accounts through foreign trade is also difficult. So we can say it is also one of the disadvantages. Every country has its own money, weights and measures, and may also follow its own marketing methods. These further create difficulties in settlement of account and dues in foreign trade. Dues means, suppose India want to pay to other countries, or other countries want to pay to India. For these dues, there is no certain period and certain time limit. So the balancing of accounts, it may get difficult because of we have to write like liabilities. So in liabilities, they have to pay, but there is no certainty. For this reason, we are unable to maintain a proper balance of accounts. So this is also one of the disadvantages. The clearance, the foreign trade exchange, in posing some of the problems for foreign trade. It is also one of the problem for maintaining the balance of accounts. These are all the disadvantages of foreign trade. What are the disadvantages? Exaction of natural resources. Over usage of the natural resources, the further generation may face problems because of unavailability of natural resources. So it is also one of the problem. And next, over dependence, we are depending over to other countries while we are producing, we have capability of producing our own products also, we are depending to the other countries. So over dependence, because of low cost we have to depend on other countries, so it is also one of the disadvantage. Dumping without usefulness means there is not useful for these products are not immediate useful for our countries, also we are importing the countries because of the low cost. For this also we can destroy our own competition. For the same product we have to be produced in our country, but it take little much high cost. For this the people go for this foreign product only because of low cost. For this reason our Indian market will get destroyed. So it is also one of the reason, we can say it is a disadvantages. And next, reduction in savings, we are unable to save the money, we have to attract those foreign goods, we have to purchase for unnecessarily of these goods. So for this it creates a reduction in savings and also reduction in capital formation also, and also leads to environmental pollution. While we are using up complete our natural resources, it get polluted of our environment, and also it can increase the noise pollution and water pollution because of huge production of goods. For this the people get ill health and also standard of living also reduced. So we can say it is also one of the disadvantages. And next, high cost of transport. The transport plays a vital role in foreign trade. We are paying high cost in transport because of it travels from thousands of kilometers. In transport also there are different types of risk. There are uncertainty risk. If any accident occur in middle of the goods, so it is one of the loss. So it is also one of the disadvantages. And difficulties in settlements of accounts because of due payments, means the foreign country is unable to pay. Of course India is unable to the foreign countries because of dues of payments, we are unable to balance these accounts. For maintaining accounts is also difficult in case of foreign trade, because every country is following different methods. For these different methods there is a due payments. For these due payments we are unable to settle the accounts. We know that balance of payment is equal to exports and imports, but in some countries we are unable to pay the money. Of course India also unable to pay the other countries due to lack of financial position. For this reason we are unable to settle the accounts. So in that particular situation the maintaining the accounts is very difficult. So we can say it is also one of the disadvantages. Up to now we discuss what are the advantages of foreign trade and also what are the disadvantages of the foreign trade. I hope you understand this lecture. If you have any doubt till now, please let me know. I definitely clarify your doubts. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Study hard.